Hey, what's going on, guys? Flick here, and welcome back to another episode of the FIFA 17 career mode with Southampton. Getting right into a press conference today, we have a question from Callum, and he's asking about the different tactics we have been using lately. And I have been using Virgil van Dijk as a center midfielder rather than a center back. Center back still will be his primary position, but in games where we are dominating the legendary CPU, we may as well try out some different tactics, just see what works out and what doesn't. And I actually quite liked using Virgil van Dijk as a center midfield. I feel like he has enough dribbling ability to play there, and he definitely has the ability to make some interceptions. Pretty much what he did was he won back the ball and then passed it off to our strikers or wingers, and from there we just created chances. So in the future I may look to transition him forward into the team and look to bring in another center back to replace him. As I'm sure many of you do know, we have an interesting dynamic for our goalkeepers. Fraser Forster and Alex McCarthy sharing play time, with Forster getting most of the Premier League games and then McCarthy getting most of the Cup games. And I really like that system because it allows both of them to be game ready, and if either of them do have a poor run of form, we can bring in the other goalkeeper and he can fit right to the first team. Finally, I have a question about how I feel towards Southampton as a club, and I wouldn't have chosen Southampton as a career mode had I not been genuinely interested in learning more about the club. And I take a lot of pride in these career mode episodes, and one of the things I enjoy most about doing YouTube and making these episodes is sharing this career mode with you guys. You guys are diehard fans of the club, and seeing the club do well makes you guys happy, so that makes me happy. We have a lot to get to in today's episode, so I'll be ending off the press conference there, but if you have any lingering questions that I have not answered in this one or any of the prior press conferences, go ahead and put that in the comments section and make sure you thumbs up any questions you think are quality. After a 2-week-long break, we'll get back into regular matches both domestically and continentally, starting things off with a match at home against Liverpool, our former career mode side in FIFA 16, and then midweek, we do have a game against Krasnodar, who are probably our biggest competition in our EuroLeague group, on 9 points and only 3 points behind us. And that's saying something because we have a perfect record so far. So if we can get a win against them, that should secure us the first place position in our group. And then closing out the episode, we do have a match against Everton at home. I had 2 poll questions for you in the last episode. The first one having to do with scouting a future star. The vast majority of you did say that yes, you wanted me to scout a future star, so we've unlocked it from the catalog and our scout has been dispatched. It usually takes a few weeks before he does return, but since we have such a long international break in today's episode, I think there's a good chance we will be able to see who our young prospect is by the time this episode does come to an end. And then the other poll question had to do with a couple of transfer shortlisted players, specifically for our striker. We had 5 players in mind, and you guys answered with Sebastian Haller as our number 1 target. So if we can pick him up, then we will look to do so. The other player who finished second was Raul Jimenez, who would also be a great addition to the team. For those of you following the save, you'll know that we've been using the Global Transfer Network quite a bit, and I think the filter that has proved to be the most effective is the one looking for pre-contract players. We have 3 great targets in mind in Cartabia, Knuka, and Dyer. I've added them all to the shortlist, and I am scouting them out to get a good evaluation of them. And speaking of which, I might as well show you all the shortlist because I've added a ton of young prospects who we might look to add in January. I have expressed interest in signing a left winger, and we have a couple of players here. And I want to add some Americans into the team as well. I saw a transfer suggestion for Christian Pulisic, of course, a player that's been lighting it up for Dortmund in real life, getting regular play time for them. So if we could bring him into this Southampton team, he'd fit right into a squad rotational player to start off with and eventually a future first team player. But looking through the rest of these guys, if you have any other young players in mind, go ahead and put those in the comments section. I'd be happy to add them to the shortlist. The final thing I wanted to discuss before we get into that long international break is our training. And I don't update you guys too regularly on the training. It's usually pretty standard. And if I were to show you every single training session, that would take up a large chunk of the episode. But these are the players I am training right now: Ward-Prowse, Højbjerg, Uchan, Semedo, and Harrison Reed. Sometimes I put Buffal in as well, but what I think I will do moving forward is show you guys at the start of every month. So similar to the squad report, I'll give you guys a training update. I was just about to hop into our game against Liverpool, but I thought I would check this message in our inbox, and we do have great news that Steven Davis is now returning from his injury and can rejoin the first team squad training sessions. We have to be careful about getting him back into the team because he could re-aggravate his injury, and I don't want to get him back into the team initially. He'll probably serve as a squad rotational player and serve as a substitute for us, but it's about time we get into this game against Liverpool, a big one for us. We'll see how they are doing in the league table, and they are mid-table in 12th place. So we should be able to pick up the win. And once again, Spurs getting a win in their match. So we need to get a win in ours in order to keep form with them and overtake them for that top spot in the Premier League. Looking at the team management, though, we shouldn't have to make too many changes. It's just really been the international play that might suffer the stamina, but we have a lot of our former players at this Liverpool side. This will be the team that we do use for this one. We've got the man in form, J. Rodriguez up top, Buffal scoring in a ton of goals, and Tadic, we'll see if he can continue his Berba spin action in this one. With the tactician Jurgen Klopp at the helm, I would say this Liverpool team is in great hands, and this should be an entertaining match because Klopp, the way he plays is he likes to push up and he doesn't like to sit back and defend too often. But we're coming up against two of our former players in Sadio Mane and Nathaniel Klein. Let's go out and get the win, continue our good form. Here's J-Rod looking to play it off to the left, and now Buffal using some LTRT dribbling to get around Nathaniel Klein. Now playing this one centrally, it's Ward-Prowse. Could shoot this one, the defender overcommitted. And that was an ambitious effort by James Ward-Prowse, but I rate that. And if we could score more of those long shot goals, that should make for some more entertaining gameplay for you. Lucas on the ball, trying to play this one centrally. This could be a chance for Milner, and that just about trickled in. Fraser Forster looks like he had it covered. He's a big guy. It's not easy to chip him, but he almost did it there. Buffal, we're going to ask him to make the run. And that's a nice over-the-top through ball. Nathaniel Klein almost had it stolen from him, but he will find Stewart in the midfield. One of the most upgraded players in career mode this year, but we have Mane making the run, and he's going to show off some of his dribbling that we know so well. Trying to hang with them, and Virgil van Dijk, big block right there, still with Mane, shoots this one, another block by Van Dijk, a third block by Van Dijk, and that is eventually going to trickle out for a goal kick. I believe that was James Milner offsides, but Van Dijk, you can tell he puts on more effort than anyone else on the pitch. Buffal making the run, and that's a good over-the-top ball. Keeper's not going to be coming out, and as long as we can get to this before it trickles out of play, then we will be able to cut this one inside. Buffal using a heel-to-heel flick, looking to get by Ragnar Klavan, but he holds strong. And Liverpool getting on that counterattack that I was talking about. And it's Sadio Mane. He's probably been the best player for Liverpool so far. And he's done this so much for us at Southampton that we know how to defend it. Daniel Sturridge cutting in. Can't let him shoot on his left foot. Mane once again, this time Jordi Clasie getting a block in. Despite that first half being scoreless, it was a pretty entertaining one with a lot of shots and Liverpool getting the majority possession, the majority of shots. But I still feel like this is an equal game. I don't feel like they have the momentum necessarily as long as we continue to try to create chances and look to get through those channels because they have a couple of slower center backs in Ilori and also Ragnar Klavan, then we could get a goal. And this is what I'm talking about. Tadic running it to the right side. Could Berba spin from this kind of territory, but he's going to run to the byline. Now crossing it in to the center, and it should have been a goal, but the defender must have gotten ahead to it because it's a corner kick for us. And of course, we're going to try out the near post driven. Still yet to score in one of those bicycle kicks. And can we do it here? No, it's cleared away by Milner. Should be a throw-in. We'll take the throw-in short and look to keep this one on the line. Buffal now, J-Rod playing it through. This is a nice bit of play. James Ward-Prowse got dragged down inside the box. For some reason, though, it was no penalty kick given. Corner kick for Liverpool. They have brought Henderson on for Stewart and sending it to the near post. We're going to collect this one, and Buffal might be able to get on the break. That might have been too heavy of a touch, and now it's Oyo playing this centrally to Sturridge. Big steal by Cedric. Still with it, it's Liverpool. Now Jordan Henderson could shoot from here, and he's going to bury that one in the back of the net. The substitute comes on and makes an impact on this game, and celebrating with the manager, I rate it. We'll make a substitution of our own, bringing on Sali Uchan for James Ward-Prowse. And outside of that, I want to give Romeu a little bit of playtime. See if the former Barcelona Youth Academy player can make a precise pass in this one and allow us to score. We keep on getting interceptions, but it goes right back to the Liverpool players. And now Daniel Sturridge finding Milner. That's a big steal by Romeu. We're going to get forward, and he's waiting for support. Buffal making the run on the left. We have a couple of players inside. Buffal needs to cut this one in. Good McGeady spin. Trying to play this one through to Romeu, and we'll sweat this one across. Oh, it was a great bit of build-up play. The final pass was not what it needed to be, though, and I was expecting Romeu to do better. With 15 minutes left to go, we'll use our final substitution, and I think it's pretty clear who our substitute will be. Tadic is looking really tired, so we're going to bring on Nathan Redmond and see if the young English player can get us a goal in these final minutes. We deserve one in this game, and I'd love to get a draw. It will be a free kick, however, for Liverpool, and James Milner can send one in. It will be cleared away by Cedric, and Romeu gets it out of the box. Ilori steps in, playing essentially Roberto Firmino, and eventually we'll get back possession. Trying to play this one to the wing, and now it's J-Rod. Trying to outpace these Liverpool defenders, and it looks like he can. One more player to beat, it's Ragnar Klavan. He's going to hold it up, play it centrally, and it was a backheel pass. I think that was a bit unnecessary. We do win back possession though. Couple of good passes. The defender sticks out a leg and will play it over to Buffon. He's got a little bit of stamina left. Getting by a couple players, tries out the finesse shot. Oh, what an effort that was. I rate the ambition, but it goes just wide. Liverpool know how to close out games, and it's a free kick for them. We'll see if they can get that second goal. That one going over the crossbar, and the ref letting us play on. We're going to boot this one as far as we can with Forster and see if we can win this kind of header. Virgil van Dijk does win it, and Nathan Redmond, a lot of stamina left, is going to play it out wide to J-Rod. This is looking good, guys. Probably one of the best chances we've had all game. J-Rod cutting it back in, playing essentially. Couple of good passes. One more in the middle. It's Romeu. He'll play it over to Virgil van Dijk. A fake shot. And we're still hanging on to possession. We're keeping it in Liverpool's half. Oh, Van Dijk, you ran into us, man. We had a chance to cross that one in. Virgil van Dijk was a little bit too eager, and Liverpool walk away with a win at St. Mary's. To be honest with you, this match was good justification for why we didn't change the sliders. All it took was one good team in Liverpool to hand us a loss. And we'll take this one on the chin and look to come back with a win in our next match. Player ratings wise, no one really stood out in this game, and I think that was reflected in our statistics. We have a monthly scouting update coming through from Lewis Cooper, and our first player is already a 64 to 90 potential player, so we will add him to the Youth Academy. It's great to see that we have a couple of prospects coming out of the United States, and maybe we can develop them. And speaking of good prospects, Joseph Wolf might be one of the best players I've found so far. 75 to 94 potential. Of course, we're going to add him. 62 to 82 will follow that up. 59 to 79, 59 to 81, and finally a 58 to 78. We'll return to action in the EuroLeague with our second team, preparing for that game against Everton, just 2 games away. And because we are first place in our group, I'd rather bring out a second team for this match. But looking at the team management, I feel like we still have a ton of players that are in great form. Even if they are younger players, they can still get us a good result. Here's an updated look at the EuroLeague group stage. Lille and Aberdeen have not been great so far, and it looks like Krasnodar and ourselves will both be advancing in this one, but we're still gunning to get that top spot, and so is Krasnodar, so we need to make sure we play well. With this game being an away match, it certainly feels like we're in a different environment and has a different feel to it, and I don't know how that's going to reflect our play. Smolov getting by a few of our players, and he might look to shoot this one. Matt Target puts in a tackle on the last effort, and what a finish by him. Legendary difficulty seems like something else today, and the CPU, they've come to play today, and we need to start getting ourselves together and back some goals. Pereira on the ball, playing this centrally, we'll deal with it, and try to get on the counterattack. Romeu skipping by a few of the Krasnodar players, asking Shane Long to make the run. He'll play this one over the top. It's a good through ball, but Petrov getting back just in time and probably saved a goal in the process. Good steal here by Shane Long. He's going to wait for the run, and it's Sam McQueen cutting this one in. Could play through to Long. He's going to run with it. One more pass, and just a finesse shot. It's a tap and goal for Salih Uchan. Good awareness to know that the keeper was out of position, and all he had to do was kind of guide the ball into the net. Well done, and we're tied up. Legendary difficulty is proving to be a challenge in today's episode, but if I remember correctly, to the last time we played Krasnodar, they had the opening goal in the game, and then we came back, got 2 unanswered goals, and ended up winning that match 2-1. We'll see if we can replicate something similar in this game. Krasnodar still looking to get that winner. And now with the ball on the right side, they're using a little bit of LTRT dribbling, but Harry Reid gets the interception, finds Sam McQueen on the left wing, and he has the through ball with Salih Uchan. Also has the 4-star skills, but he's going to use LTRT dribbling, playing it through. It's Shane Long, has the sweat across, and he will use the cross. It just has to be a finish, and the finish should have been better. Who was that? Lloyd Isgrove. He missed in the last episode, and he misses again here. Needs to do better in those kind of chances. And here's Krasnodar again, looking to make us pay for missing that tap-in goal. Pereira playing it backwards, and now it's going to be Kalishin playing essentially. Kabore could shoot this one, and the shot finally on target. McCarthy pulling off a save. We're going to make some substitutions. We don't have enough substitutions available to make all the changes I would like, but we will be taking Sam McQueen off, and we're going to bring on Jay Rodriguez for that left side. In addition to that, we're going to bring James Ward-Prowse in for Salih Uchan. Final change will be Højbjerg coming in for Harry Reid. Free kick from 52 yards out for Krasnodar, and we'll have to deal with this one. The shot, oh my goodness. What is the legendary difficulty on today? They are scoring some banging goals, and you can't even be mad at that. We've gone all out attack at this point. Only 1 minute or so left in this game, plus extra time, and we win a big header. It's going to be Ward-Prowse finding Semedo. That's what I was talking about. The center back pushing forward, and we're going to have to shoot this one from here. Lloyd Isgrove could play centrally, and this is a decent effort, cleared away acrobatically by the Krasnodar defender. Fair play to them. They played well today. But we get one more chance here. We're going to shoot it with Rodriguez, and that one in the back of the net. What a way to end off the game. 2 banging goals from both teams. And what an episode this has been. One more look at the replay. I thought the game was over for sure, but Jay Rodriguez, who else is it going to be to score that kind of goal? What a way to close it out. Okay, after that game, I can't help but talk about my thoughts on the gameplay for today's recording and today's episode. And I feel like this legendary difficulty, it's something else, and it feels entirely different than how it was playing compared to yesterday, even in a 24-hour period. And I don't mind the changes. I want this legendary difficulty to be a challenge, and if we have more games like this one, it's going to make for more entertaining videos for you guys. I didn't plan on addressing this during this career mode recording, but a comment just appeared on the latest upload, and I think now's as good of a time as ever to ask you guys about the whole aspect about pronunciation. And I try my best to get pronunciation right for players, but fact of the matter is that sometimes I can't get it right, especially in the heat of the moment when I'm playing FIFA and it's difficult to commentate at the same time. So I wanted to ask you about our left center mid and how you would rather me have pronounce his name. Do you want me to say Hellberg or do you want me to say Hellberg? And I'll leave a poll question up for you guys right now. I'll definitely take that into input and figure out later on which pronunciation I will use. Our final match today will be against Everton, and it looks like Spurs got a draw in their most recent game because we are only 3 points back, and we'll see if we have a higher goal differential, and we do. So if we get a win in this game, we'll return to the top spot in the Premier League, and that would be ideal. With some of the additions they have made in the summer transfer window, Everton do have a formidable side, but we're going to use the side that is tried and trusted, and I think it's a good one. We'll look to return to a win in today's episode by beating Everton. For many of our players, this is going to be an emotional game coming up against their former manager in Ronald Koeman. Some would argue that he inherited a better side in Everton, but looking at how the league table is going this season, I would say the Southampton team is better. McCarthy now on the ball. That's a couple of poor deflections, but we will get it cleared. And Ward-Prowse starting the counter-attack. We have the through ball, and it's a good one. Over to Jay Rodriguez. We're going to get there, and looking to shoot this one on the near post. Nearly gets fouled in the process. Stekelenburg does pull off the save. I'll take a corner kick, though, in this kind of position. Playing it to the near post with the driven one, and we'll get the shot off. That did not end up in the back of the net. Jay Rodriguez on the ball, looking to split the defense somehow, and that's a great turn to set up Hellberg. He's going to find James Ward-Prowse, trying to play this one centrally. And it was a good bit of play, but we do win the corner kick out of it. And if we can send this on the near post, this could be a decent chance. It's going to be Jay Rodriguez running there. The bicycle kick attempt. I'm going to get that by the end of the season. I just know it. Jay Rodriguez could play this one through to Buffal. And he could also switch the play, holding it up. Now playing it forward. It's going to be Ward-Prowse opening up his body. Finesse shot. And going just wide of the target. We're getting chances in this game. And I was expecting James Ward-Prowse to put that away. Usually he's clinical from those kind of positions. But to be fair, that one was extremely close. That's not great right here. What a tackle by Jose Font, dude. He does not care. And he takes out a player in the process, plays a spectacular through ball. Ref, let us play on. Come on. One more chance in this game. And it's going to be Classy. Pushing forward. Looking to shoot this one on the cross body. But we get it back one more time. Jordi Classy. He's just like a bulldog in the midfield. And eventually, though, Everton does collect. That's going to be the halftime whistle. It's been another entertaining first half, very similar to the game we had against Liverpool. There's something about these Merseyside teams. We'll take a look at the statistics and see how we do lie. 6 shots, 4 on target, so we've been the more dominant team, and we better show up with the dominant second half. This could be a chance. Tadic will play it over to the middle, and we have a number of players. What a ball played to Buffal. Needs to shoot this one before the defender gets there in time. Stekelenburg with the save. Tadic trying to find someone centrally, shooting this one. Oh, what a save again. Stekelenburg is on another level right now. That's a big header one, and we could have a chance here. Playing essentially, it's Bertrand. Now Ward-Prowse on the ball, slipping this one through to J-Rod, trying to shoot it, but Jagielka clears this one away. But we're going to take a moment to make some substitutions. I've been wanting to make some for a while, but the ball just hasn't gone out of play. And really, the players on the right are the ones that need it. Ward-Prowse coming off, Salih Uchan coming on. For our right wing position, we're going to bring on Nathan Redmond, and finally Jordi Classy coming off. And I guess I'll be bringing on Flanagan. That could be a mistake. And if we can play this through, we might have a chance. It's a 2-on-1. We just need to break down the defenders. Uchan, you better make this one. Stecklenberg, why do you have to keep on making saves? Looking at the stats, that was a very frustrating game to play, but to be fair, my finishing should have been better, and Stecklenberg, I almost guaranteed he got man of the match, but somehow Jordi Classy got it with a 7.7. I'm curious what Stecklenberg got. Tell me how he got a 7.3 with as many saves as he got, but whatever. The episode's gonna come to an end there, guys, and I'm done ranting. Hope you guys have enjoyed today's episode. If you did, make sure you drop a like down below. Subscribe if you are new to the channel and the career mode, and until next time, this has been Flick. I'll be talking to you guys again soon.